Hey DC Collectors, welcome back to a brand new episode. Today I have in my possession the 3 new Super Powers figures from McFarlane Toys. The 3 new figures are Nightwing, Wonder Woman, and Deathstroke. As you can see from the front of the packaging, a nice throwback again to the Super Powers line from Kenner. I'm loving the artwork that comes on the front of these packages. Yay, I'm loving the classic Super Powers logo and, some of the updated logos for some of the characters, like that's a newer Wonder Woman logo. As you can see from the back of the packaging, again, you get a little bitty bio. I wish these were longer, but of course you get it in 3 different languages. Come on, McFarlane Toys, quit trying to throw it all on one and just make it a bit longer. But you also get the classic throwback to see all the figures in the line so far, as well as all the vehicles. Of note here, these little stickers that are starting to come on all of the 2023 releases throughout McFarlane Toys DC line. I've seen these on the Multiverse boxes and now on the Super Powers boxes. I don't know why these are on here, just kind of weird, especially given that it is just the UPC with Super Powers WW or NW or DS, depending on the figure's name, and 5-inch. Kind of weird. So with a look at the packaging out of the way, let's rip into them and let's play. Cutting in here for just a second, kudos to McFarlane Toys for recognizing something they did wrong with the first wave. If you remember going back, I'll put a link up here to review the first few figures that had capes. There was a little piece of plastic that kind of stuck through. You had a hole in the cape. Now you can see they do kind of like the Spin Master move, and the capes just come through a hole right there in the plastic. So there's no tear in the cape. You could just pop out the figure and the cape comes out easy. Here is Nightwing up close. You can see just a pretty decent sculpt. This is a 5-inch action figure, so a decent sculpt for the face. Not too terrible, not too much detail goes into that, but this is a Super Powers figure, so it shouldn't have all that much detail in it. You can see just a nice look. I will say that this one does suffer from the legs being too turned in, too close together, so we need to spread them apart. A little heat will probably help that out, and we will do that a little bit later with this guy just to help him stand on the shelf a tiny bit better. Get you a good nice turnaround of the figure so you can see Nightwing in all of his glory. As far as articulation goes, of course, it's a Super Powers figure, so all he will do is his head will turn all the way around, arms turn all the way around, leg will kick up about that high, and of course you do have the knee that bends that far. So that is all the articulation you have in these, but this is all that you need for this line. He does come with his 2 Eskrima sticks. These are pretty small, but you know what? This is about the size of the DC Direct Eskrima sticks that came with the DC Essentials Nightwing from a couple of years ago. But he can just hold them in his hands like drumsticks. Overall for Nightwing, a nice entry to the Super Powers line. I wish this was the classic Nightwing from the 80s, but I'm just happy to get a Nightwing at this point. And maybe on down the road, McFarlane will address the missing cool 80s Nightwing in the Super Powers line. We'll see. Hopefully we will get that. Next up is Wonder Woman. Now, when the prototype images started leaking online, I was very skeptical about it because I don't think it had the stars on the shorts. There was maybe some different colors on this guy, on this figure. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It was seen very vanilla, but upon closer inspection of getting this actually the finished product in my hand, it is actually a very nice Wonder Woman figure for what it is. Don't get me wrong, this is not up there with like a multiverse figure. This is a Super Powers figure, so it's geared towards, well, it's for collectors, but it's geared towards kids and our nostalgia and our want to have these figures continued from the Super Powers Kenner line. Now this cape, again, McFarlane did another good job of listening to the fans. This is not the same material that Superman and Batman had. This is a little softer, a little more pliable than that Spin Mastery type cape that Batman and Superman had. So I hope that they continue to progress with this. Now this thing, the collar on it's steel, man. Look at that. You can see the holes right there. They still need a little work in that area. Does this come off? I'm assuming it does. I'm gonna try to pull it off best I can. Yes, it does come off. You can see it's got a bit of a wider C-clip there. Now, something that, okay, so near we have a little bit of issue here. So some of the cape, it seems, there's a little red here, lots of red here. Looks like she's got the hives or something, but I think that might be from the cape sitting on her. I don't know what to do about this. I'm hoping this is the color for the plastic there, and I might get like a, a white, what do you call it, eraser, and try to get that off, see if it'll come off. I don't know, we'll see. But it's kind of sucks that it's stained, but I'm not going to be too picky about that. Of course, her head is not going to turn all the way around just because of the hair on the back. It's going to, it's kind of molded over here, so it's not going to allow her head to turn all the way around. Same thing with her arms. The hair is going to keep her from going all the way around. Of course, you could turn her head that far, and yes, it will go, but look at the way her arm sort of, when it comes up, it sort of starts hitting her in the head. I'd be careful about that because you're going to start scraping the paint off of the inside if you turn her too terribly much. Now her legs, she can kick up that high. I don't think that's as high as Nightwing could. And she does have the one joint there at the knee. Overall, this is a nice Wonder Woman. Really nice Wonder Woman. I'm digging the pants. That the shorts actually look really, really nice. Again, the promo shot, the prototype I saw didn't have the stars on it. It was just blue, and it looked kind of bland, and I was worried about that. But now that they have the stars on it, it looks really nice. Now there's some paint issues here along the belt. It's like the red kind of bled over onto the belt and up around in here too. So that's kind of not cool, but I can deal with it. And she does have some gold spillage over here on the boot. Again, not going to complain too much because this is actually a pretty decent Wonder Woman figure. Now the question is to display her with the cape or without. I don't know, I'll probably do it with the cape. But it's also kind of not cool that she didn't come with a lasso, at least a rolled up, lasso attached to her hip or something, just kind of, or a shield or something to go with Wonder Woman besides the cape. I think I would have rather had the lasso or the shield or a sword as opposed to the cape, but oh well, we got a cape. Next up is the MVP of this line, which is Deathstroke, in my opinion. This guy is so cool. He's one of those characters that I wish we had in the original Kenner Super Powers line. And this is the Judas Contract figure, so this would have been during the 80s, the early mid 80s, around the time that Kenner Super Powers was just kicking off. So this would have been the figure that we would have gotten. I so wish Kenner would have made him, but I'm glad McFarlane has gone and done that for us. A nice figure. Now there's some paint issues with this, and I'm not talking about bleeding over. I'm talking about the colors on this guy. He's a little bit off from what you would see in the comics. Not a big deal to me. At least we get a Deathstroke. Hey, at least we got Deathstroke. So I am not gonna complain about this at all. I can go paint this guy if I want to, but hey, who am I kidding? I'm not gonna do that. He's going to stay this color. As far as articulation goes with the Deathstroke, his head turns all the way around like so. Let's see his little doohickeys hanging off his head. Arms can go all the way around. Leg, he can kick really high. And of course, he's got the knee bends like this. Love the detail sculpt on his legs right here. Makes me kind of want an Aquaman from this line. If they're gonna actually sculpt detail like this, if you run your finger across it, you can actually feel these little armored, what do you call them? Armored plate things here. So that is really nice. It kind of sucks that his knife is just kind of sculpted in and not too far out too. It's almost like it's embedded into his leg. He also comes with this pretty cool sword. It is a piece of flimsy plastic though, like McFarlane's DC Multiverse swords can be at times. We're gonna see how well he holds it, how hard it is to get his fingers in there. Get your hand in there. Not too hard because this thing is so pliable. It just allows his hand to open up a bit. Look at there. I'm bending his thumb in. I say that and I'm just totally bending his thumb all in. Open your hand, man. Open the hand. Get it in there. His thumb's bending again. How do you not get the thumb to bend? There we go. Now, Now we're rolling. Ha! Nightwing, I've got you. Loving these 3 additions to the Super Powers line. Do you have these figures? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts on these 3 figures. They're just now hitting Walmart. I know some people have gotten them early. That's okay. And have reviewed these guys already. But they should be hitting your Walmarts for $9.97. Hopefully the price point stays the same and they don't go up like the other McFarlane toys. So if you were wanting to see all of the McFarlane Toys Super Powers figures in one shot, here you go. Here they are, from good to bad. You have John Stewart, Green Lantern, The Flash, Batman, Nightwing, Superman, Wonder Woman, Darkseid, Deathstroke, and the Batman Who Laughs. I'm loving this line, guys. Whew, this might be better than the DC Multiverse line just from a pure nostalgia feel. I know, I'm talking crazy. It's not really that much better, but to me, the memories it brings back from just playing with those Kenner Super Powers figures, I love this line. Don't go out and buy these figures, please. If you don't do it for me, because I want to see this line continue. I know it's Walmart exclusive, and the first wave was so spotty, and then all of a sudden there was just a gluttony of Super Powers figures on the shelf that have now been reduced to $7 a pop. And even these new figures I've seen for $7, which I hope is not something bad. I'm hoping for more. I know there is a Reverse Flash on the way, and a Batmobile and an invisible jet that has been seen in prototype forms, or at least digital mock-ups of it. So hopefully those are still on the way, and even more superpowers coming in the future. All right, folks, that is it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, hit like and subscribe on this channel. Share this content. That's the best way to help me grow. I sure would appreciate it. Check me out on all my social media accounts and at dccollector.com each and every day. All right, folks. That is it for the day. God bless.